After suffering racist abuse at high school, Angelica Onjanaka spent most of her working life concealing part of her identity.
I definitely was called a multitude of different animalistic racial slurs, told to change my skin in different ways that are a bit traumatic to actually share those words.
She says she tried to change the way she looks and sounds after that painful experience.
I used to very much think that, oh, well, maybe I will have to take away the parts that are less of my cultural identity just to get a job or just to get in the door.
Her parents migrated here from Nigeria before she was born.
I had to be less African to fit in, and I feared just, my identity for a long time.
New research has found 83% of almost 400 culturally diverse women reported pressure to act, look and sound like existing leaders. 66% said they had to act white to get ahead, and 61% had experienced racism at work in the past 2 years, while 48% had experienced sexism.
I would also colour my hair, sometimes wear contact lenses, I'd whiten my skin, dress in a much more Western fashion. It wasn't until in my later years that I realised that when I was white adjusting or code switching, I was actually letting go of my own cultural practices, my own identity.
Turkan Aksoy participated in the research. She says she concealed her Turkish identity for years.
I was just doing it more for survival purposes because I wanted to make sure that I could expand and grow within my career pathway.
This pressure to code switch may in fact dilute genuine diversity in the workplace. More than half of Australians were born overseas or have parents who are migrants. But a desktop audit undertaken last year of more than 200 public organisations found that women with non-Anglo-Celtic backgrounds accounted for less than 6% of board positions.
For a lot of women from racially marginalised backgrounds, they don't have those people in organisations that advocate for them. And so it's just making sure that those kinds of what are seemingly informal networks are really formalised within organisations.
Virginia Marpedzama says while Australian employers are required to track progress on getting an equal balance of men and women in the workplace, the same is not happening with cultural diversity.
When the discourse is around gender alone and not taking into account other marginalizations, is you tend to get a particular group of women who benefit from those discourses, from those discussions.
Angelica also wants workplaces to think more about how to engage women from diverse backgrounds.
It's how you foster, a sense of community and a sense that people can be themselves.
It's work that's only just beginning to happen across Australian workplaces.